As a soul in the body, especially a soul in the body with melanin, you have to be aware of the tricks and the games that are being played on you. And there are plenty of brainwashing games that are being played on you. You have to know that there's a spiritual warfare going on. And to get through to the spiritual warfare side, they have to get through your brain first. And so to get to your brain, they have to bombard you and brainwash you. So this is another reason why it's good for millennium people, especially, to shop and buy from millennium people only. Because if you go out and see the choices you have, you mostly have characters who look like this over and over. You'll constantly see this image of a pale version of you. You'll hardly see any millennium characters, but you'll constantly see these. So they have way more than you can count. And even though you see a snowman, it's still a whole bunch of pale guys. The cowboy hats, still a whole bunch of the priests, the Catholic saints, Irish people, whatever you want to call them, people dancing down the street. It's still just regular people. It's like a Trojan horse. They come from a Roman Greek culture where they put their soul, or they put their spirit, their mindset into other beings, and then they sell it to you, and then you buy the energy that they have unknowingly. You think that you're just buying an innocent Christmas card or a holiday card. You're buying their innocent products, but nothing that you buy from the European is innocent. It's all tainted and it's all poison for your soul, and it's all for the spiritual warfare. It's all to gain a point and to gain a step on the spiritual battlefield. Everything that you buy and you take into your home that's from the European is to ruin your soul. So you can constantly see that it's a spiritual warfare once you see that it's at least a brainwashing warfare, because everything has a white tone to it. You don't really get to see the real side of nature. Every now and then you might get to see something like this, but it's still, it'll have a lot of white in it, just to put themselves in you, and to make sure that this character becomes watered down when you add the white, the pale gene inside of the melanin. It becomes not as connected to nature as it should be. And you can tell in the eyes, it looks completely lost. If you learn how to examine the faces and learn how to look at people in the eyes, you can see that his eyes are completely lost and looking for help. And the kind of help that these people and the Europeans give rabbits, they have assembly lines and slaughterhouses for these. So this is a complete joke. And you see everything, the white vase, and then chicken. And the way they treat these, they don't give these guys the second chance. These guys die on the first day on the slaughterhouses. Just chopped up and made into your chicken nuggets, and just trashed. And the penguin, full white, you'll see that it's a big brainwashing game. They'll bombard you with these images over and over, and it won't stop. So you really have to go out your way to buy from your own people, so that you can have your own image. You have to see images of yourself to behold, because as a millennium vessel, if you surround yourself with images of the pale in comparison vessel, then you'll water yourself down, and mentally you'll become weaker. So if you want to become stronger mentally, which will help you to become stronger spiritually, you have to use self-efficacy, which is vicarious modeling, which is making sure that you have a strong image in your house that is doing something positive. Because if you see somebody that looks like you doing something positive, that will automatically put a switch on, a light on in your head that will tell you that you can do it also. Here's another white cat. And the white tree, white snowman, white guy, pale guy. That's how you say they're not white. You see the white. The white is that's another way you can tell if they're white or not, because white is a social construct term. It's not an actual people. It's just a term that they use to brainwash you, so that you can add more value to them. You see the color? That's the color. It's like pink, or it's a pale color. It's not white. White is the snow and clouds. So when you call somebody white when they're not, you're lying to yourself and you're brainwashing yourself. So you have to call things what they are to see them for what they are. And you have a chick looking like a little pale girl with blonde hair, blue eyes. They keep that image on. Another white. Look at the eyes, blissfully. It's okay, but it's not a symbol of strength. It's a symbol of ignorance is bliss and ignoring stuff. They have ways of drawing specific symbols, and you can interpret them in a strong way, but they specifically give you symbols to interpret in a weak way. This, just to show you that you're just bombarded with these. If you even try to go to a store to even pick out a card for yourself, you don't get anything. You just get their image over and over. And this is how brainwashing works. And then they humiliate animals. These are the, more of a, what symbol that is. And then they just bombard you with images of themselves, so they never really give you anything for you. So you have to make it yourself, or you have to go buy it from people that look like you. That's why they say shop and buy black, because if you don't, you're going to be supporting a terrorist organization that wants to take over the world, and it's constantly doing bad things to animals. And if you're not vegan, you're allowing a lot of bad things happen to animals. So when you buy these little cards with the cute animals on them, pretending like you like them, horrible things are happening to these animals at thousands and thousands per hour, just being slaughtered. But besides that, you can see that you are being brainwashed while you are ignoring the slaughtering of animals. At the exact same moment, you are being brainwashed, because you are supporting someone who is colonizing your brain. They are giving you images at non-stop rate that you consume, not only in cards, but in the TV, in the media. You only see them as in newscasters. You only see them as in on the TV. You only see them happy most of the times on TV shows. They're the only ones that have good lives and stuff. And you see black TV shows, they're always fighting. They always got some shooting going on. They always got something real low quality going on for black people and people of color. They're always fighting and doing drugs, but that's just on TV. But that's how, because art imitates life, they broadcast it on TV, and they broadcast it as a spell. They broadcast the spell over to everyone else, because this is a spiritual warfare. So you have to use spells, and you have to use you have to know how to conjure up feelings, how to conjure up emotions and intentions for the spell to work. So you see, it's always a pale or a white. It's tying to themselves. It's bringing themselves out, because you're living in their culture. So you have to realize that you are part of a culture that wants to dominate you mentally and physically and spiritually. It's because this is a spiritual warfare. So you make no mistake about that, and then you can learn what to do to empower yourself, which is look towards your ancestors, and your ancestors will totally eliminate these people. And one of the classics is your Mickey Mouse. He's holding a black person, but look, it's got the pink. So they love putting a black woman, making her a pink mentality. And this is a classic example of them putting the white face on a black body. So you have a black man with a white mentality, and he has white hands. So his white hands are presenting his white mentality, even though he might have black arms, which give him a little more movement. But in his final product, his final delivery, his final touch is going to be from the mental of a pale person. This is one of their classic examples of brainwashing that they use on children, and they make you love it. They brainwash you to love it, being brainwashed. They seek to colonize you, and they seek to subjugate you, and they want to enslave you to the point where you start enslaving yourself, and you like enslaving yourself because they have a sick plan to against the spirit. They don't like the spirit to be free. The spirit wants to be free, and the spirit comes out most fluently in a melanin person. Just like a Spanish person can speak Spanish more fluently than someone who can't. They speak it so much better because they've been into that culture so long. The same with the black body. It's been inside the world longer. It has seniority, so it speaks the soul more fluently. And this is why they put this white mentality over the black body. They love mixing the vessel. They love mixing in their genetic mutation and with the melanin dominance, so that they can become one with the ultimate intelligence, to make the ultimate intelligence artificial intelligence, because they are essentially artificial intelligence when it comes to the real man. The real man is the black man and the black woman, and the pale people want to be like them. So they'll do whatever it takes to brainwash them. They'll do whatever it takes to lower the black man and black woman's mentality, and to make them see themselves less than. So they have to start young. They have to get you young. They have to get you like in their cartoons young. They have to get you looking at them at a young age. They have to make sure that you see them for who they're not. They have to put, like they say, lipstick on a pig. They have to put a pig in a dress, and then you see it for something that it's not. So they brainwash you as a kid. They get you loving their Mickey and Minnie Mouse, and they make you just fall in love with it. And they give you so many different variations of it. They make sure that you see it so many different ways, and they hit you from so many different angles that, and they take away any other options. So they give you this in so many different ways and take away so many options that that's all you ever see. And then you have no choice but to fall in love with your colonizer and your destroyer, because you don't know who your savior is, which is you, because you've been bombarded with their image for so long that you've been brainwashed. And that's effective brainwash, over and over and over. And you can tell in the eyes. You might see a black person, a melanin person, Mexican person, whatever you see, but just look at the eyes. It's just like hers, or even worse. No strength. Over and over, you'll see them. But even though they want to show nature, they destroy nature more than anybody else. So just watch out for the brainwashing. It's non-stop. It's non-stop. Make sure you shop black, buy black, so that you can support a business that can have this many options as well to choose from. This is all coming from one store. Look how many options you have. They don't even have white bunnies in nature, so they could easily show black or brown bunny. But it's because you are in a brainwashing, mind control culture. Remember, government means mind control. Govern means control. Ment means mental. Governmental means mind control. See, everything's white. Everything's white. Everything's pale. Everything. And then when they do give you something of yours, boy, you know what it's going to be. It's going to be degrading. It's going to be brainwashing. It's going to be trifling. It's not going to look right. It's going to make you feel weak. It's not going to be something that's going to empower you. It's because it's one of them drawing the picture. You got to draw your own pictures. If you want yourself to look strong in the image, you got to draw your own picture. You're not going to get a strong image of you from them. You gotta draw your own picture. It's gotta come from you, from your soul, from your eye, from your mind's eye. Everyone has a mind's eye. We have an eye inside of our mind. These two eyes right here, these are just the windows. We just look at these. You actually see through your mind. Your mind sees and interprets everything. Once you learn that and start looking at life through that, you can develop that mind's eye and make it stronger. And you can see that you can draw you and make you look better than anyone can. You don't gotta sit around for people to draw 1,000 of themselves and then figure out, oh yeah, we need one. They need one. And then you gotta beg for it, and then you get one, and then they recycle it over and over. It's not even for you, it's for somebody else. It's in Spanish and shit, probably. But this is what they really want. If you learn how to interpret, welcome to Cox. Because they want to F you. They want to do you dirty. They want to welcome you to being F'd over and over. So you gotta learn how to interpret these words and see them for what they are. They put it right in your face. Believe that. Each one teach one. Separate to elevate from the European vulture culture, soul-sucking government. Remember, government means mind control. Govern, control, mental. Each one teach one.